What's up? It's your guide Mookah. Welcome to Exiles Beyond the Deck Parallel Series, where we do play-by-play analysis of matches between Parallel's strongest competitors. Today we have a match between Augencore and Marcolian, played by Orly and Quinto, respectively, some of the latter's top performers. We're going to go straight into it. Alright, so we're going to go straight into this match. We're going through the perspective of Orly here, and we're going to see what he first decides to mulligan and keep. So, looking at his hand here and his choices that he kind of has before him, we're going to take out our marker here. We're going to start drawing. So he plays cards. You see here, Graphene Battery, really good for the Jury Rig Juggernaut OTK. Reclamator is a great card to have in your starting hand. Gunslinger is good in the matchup with Marcolian because he has a lot of low units, but you know, these three right here aren't the best cards to keep in your hand. He's looking for cards like Hard-Linked Pilot, Cutting Edge, these kind of early game cards that give him an edge. Alright, so he decides to keep the Ocular Implant and the Aegis Generator here, thinking it'll give him a lot of value. He draws into the Black Market Fixer. Not the best early game cards, but it's okay. And you see here, Quinto opens up with the Heavy Weapons team. This card is by far the strongest card in your opener as Marcolian, because it can't attack, so your opponent generally is going to ignore this and hit for face, but every time your turn you get to automatically do 1 damage to your opponent, and you may be thinking, why does this matter? It's going to take 30 turns for this to actually kill anyone. But what it actually does is it allows Marcolians to freely activate their assault effects, which are very, very powerful if they go off. And usually they don't have a means to do it, but Heavy Weapons team is like I said, a unit that gets often ignored but triggers assault for free, so it's very, very good. Alright, so you see here Orly is going to bank his Reclamator. He's going to get 2 energy off that bank. Reclamator, when banked, generates 2 energy instead of 1 for that turn, and he's going to play his Mercenary Gunslinger, and you see here he's going to go for face, and he's deciding if he wants to place an upgrade on this or not. The good thing about placing upgrades on units with a rack is that if that unit were to die, he does get a 1/1 nanobot, which is very, very good. And he draws into that enhanced exoskeleton. We're going to see what Quinto plays next. You see that assault going off, and another extra damage was just given there. That's because Solar Grenade was banked. When Solar Grenade is banked, it'll deal 1 damage randomly, so it decided to face, and he's going to play Combat Veteran. Combat Veteran is a 2-cost, very strong card. It can scale, has 1/3 every time it deals combat damage, so that means whether it attacks or it's attacked itself, it'll gain +1/+1. So a very dangerous card if kind of left out into the open. And you see here Orly draws into another Aegis Generator. He's going to probably play that on his Gunslinger, it's looking like. So he swings for face again. He draws ones from the Ocular Implant. He's going to attach the Aegis Generator to his Gunslinger, and then he's going to end his turn here, turning his Gunslinger into a 1/3 unit. So a little bit, board presence can stay on the board. It also gets shielded from Aegis Generator, so not too shabby. We're going to look here and see what Quinto does next. Now, Orly's hand isn't, truly exceptional. He does have the Innovative Apprentice. He has the Aegis Generator, so he can start to draw if he chooses. He also has the Security Officer. If he draws enough upgrade cards, he can scale that to be a big issue. And you're going to see here, Quinto plays Unseen Commando, which gets you can see exactly here what happened. Heavy Weapons team triggers the assault effect by doing its damage at the start of the turn, and then he plays Unseen Commando. Unseen Commando gets its +1/+1. That's its assault effect, so that goes off. And that's the first unit played, right? So then the second unit is the Trigger Happy Trooper here, and that will get buffed by Kathy's effect. The second unit you play gets +1/+1. So that's why he gets 2 buffs on each of his units, 1 for the assault effect and 1 for Trigger Happy Trooper's effect. Orly draws into Hard-Linked Pilot. So his hand isn't the absolute best right now. He's going to bank that Graphene Battery. Maybe eventually he'll get into that OTK. And he has a tough choice here to see what units he plays. Maybe he'll go for the Innovative Apprentice and draw. Let's see what he attacks. So he's going to keep going for face. He's going to draw here and, with the Ocular Implant and see what he gets. He draws. He doesn't find the answer he's looking for there. and now he has to decide what he wants to play or bank. So he's going to play his Hardlink Pilot, it looks like. It has that salvage effect, and then it has an upgrade on it, it gets Defender. So he gets a Defender on that, which is good. And he's going to end his turn. Alright, so Quinto's going to draw here. This is a very important turn for him. He's going to have 4 energy. He can either play Kathy down, which is a big momentum shift. Kathy you can't attack with, but at the end of your turn she can attack randomly, and that usually, her stats alone usually keep her alive and taking out another unit, or just dealing direct pressure to face. Let's see what Quinto does here. He's deciding, it looks like. So he's going to play Claymore Artillery Gun. This is very good. Let's see how this plays out before I give the breakdown on this. I'm going to explain why this is such a strong turn 4 for Marcolian. You're going to see here that the Hardlink Pilot was killed, and the Aegis Generator is getting salvaged onto this nanobot that's being created with the Iraq passive. So once this Aegis Generator is put on, I'm going to go really quickly and explain again what happened and why this is really important. So Marcolian has this turn 4 big shift when he can either play Kathy, or just as strong is play this Claymore Artillery Gun. So what happened here is heavy weapons team triggered the assault. It let it, kind of go off automatically. And this, in this situation, Quinto didn't really have any defenders to look out for. But if he did, the heavy weapons team allows you to pass that. And then he's able to play Claymore Artillery Gun, whose assault allows you to do 2 damage into any enemy, including like the opponent if you choose to. But he does it on that Hardlink Pilot. That Hardlink Pilot is then attacked by the combat veteran, who gains +1/+1, which is why it doesn't show that it's lost health. The Hardlink Pilot dies, and it can salvage 1 upgrade, so it sends the Aegis Generator here onto the nanobot. So this is very, very strong turn 4 play for Marcolian, right on curve. Alright, so now he has a huge amount of board presence, and he hits with Trigger Happy Trooper. Alright, then here he decides to clear the board. He's attacking with that Trigger Happy Trooper, that Unseen Commando, to kill that Mercenary Gunslinger, allow those nanobots to get put on, and then he might just clear all the nanobots here, or the one, no, he's already attacked with every unit now, so he's going to end his turn, which is very interesting instead of going for face. But Quinto has his turn 4 now. Again, not too many options. He could Black Market Fixer now. It's a very strong card. Most of the format of Parallel right now kind of revolves around this Black Market Fixer, killing out 2 cost units that scale really well. So he's here, he's going to probably attach a nanobot to it. He's going to kill the Unseen Commando here. Probably attach a nanobot after that, so that it doesn't die to the Trigger Happy Trooper. Attack with the other nanobot. Very good use of nanobots. Always making sure you attack first. And then he's going to attach it, I assume. Yep, he's going to attach it. He's deciding if he wants to attach it or not. Yep, he's going to attach it to his Black Market Fixer here. This makes it a 4/4, protects it against the Trigger Happy Trooper. And if Quinto wants to trade into it, he's going to have to be creative and either trigger Armed on his Claymore by activating an effect card, or buffing or running straight into it with the Claymore and trading both, unless he has like a PS8 or something, or a Gunslinger to hit with the Trigger Happy Trooper and then trade. But Quinto's doing a good job, is doing a good job of keeping nanobots on the board. So you see that Kathy get played, everything hits face, and then Kathy hits face also. Remember, it attacks randomly at the end of Quinto's turn. So we're going to see what Orly does here. He's going to trade into that Claymore Artillery Gun, it looks like. Let's see if that's what happened. So he makes that trade. He gets the nanobot. Now we're going to have to see what he does here. Does he play the other Black Market Fixer and kill the Trigger Happy Trooper? He's deciding if he wants to do that, or play Iraq. Iraq is a very strong turn 5. You get Iraq as a 2/2, and the Swarm, which is a 4/4 token. When the Swarm dies, you get 2 nanobots from it, so very strong. So he's going to play that Black Market Fixer. He's going to kill that Trigger Happy Trooper, and he's going to look to attach. He's going to play Innovative Apprentice. He wants bodies on the board for Kathy to hit instead of hitting his face, considering he's at 10 life. You're going to see that heavy weapons team do that 1 damage, and the assault is there. You see he had no means of trading assault, but the heavy weapons team gives it. So if he has any cards that need assault, they can immediately be played now without having to worry about that, which is very, very strong for Marcolian. So we're going to see the bank here, 6 energy. And Quinto plays a Neutron Bomb. Neutron Bomb, the 1-up legendary in Marcolian. You pick 3 units, it does 3 damage to one, 2 damage to the next, and 1 damage to last. Huge board clear from Quinto. This is very strong, and he plays the Unseen Commando that gets his assault effect off, becomes a 3-2. Very, very strong here. But Orly has an answer. He banks Reclamator that for 7 energy, getting that 1 extra energy for banking, and then plays Anti-Organic Pulse that kills all units on the board that do not have upgrades on it. Huge board clear. You see here he has the Jury Rig Juggernaut. He doesn't quite have the OTK in his bank right now. He would need a Kethrexamine and 3 Graphene Batteries to have that OTK. You're going to see here Quinto plays the Khaki effect, and he gets the double buff from the Crew Boss and the Khaki effect, turning the Unseen Commando into a 4-3. And Orly's questioning just ending the game. He doesn't have the cards to really deal with this. He's looking at his bank to see what he can play. He does have the Graphene Battery and the Exoskeleton, but it's not much. But he's going to concede this game 1 to Quinto. A very strong game and performance for Marcolian here. Thanks for checking out this exciting game 1. Make sure you check out the rest of this 4-part match. It's been awesome being your guide. May the top deck serve you well.